So I want you guys to feel like you can come and take a break at any given time. So try the poses. Don't stay in cocoon the entire day. So I usually don't show people the video. They're like, oh yeah, I'm home. But keep your head in a swing. Lean back. And then kick your feet up. So knees stay bent, and the bottoms of the feet together are like Baddha Konasana. I call it butterfly wings. And just like hang out here. So you can really allow yourself to rest. Okay? So whenever you feel like you want to break, or like we're doing a sequence, you feel like, wow, I'm just going to take some restorative time, a little time out. This is your rest spot. And we're going to get into a nice long Shavasana at the end, so we'll all get to experience this anyhow. But just know that this is available for you, okay? I just wanted to show you that. So we're going to let our legs come back out. So we're sitting, we're going to hold on to the sides of the swing, and we pull ourselves up to center. So this is how we come in and out. Figured I would show you how to get out of the cocoon. Not like it's that difficult, but you can actually, see Catherine's like, okay, I'm teaching. So you can actually hold on to the swing and flip out backwards, but I typically don't really teach that kind of stuff until we get into some of the acrobatics, but don't flip out backwards today. You can help it. I know it's really fun, but yeah, come out forwards if you can. So, does everybody want to do some leg stretches in the cocoon since it feels so good? It's like, all right, we're getting back in. Okay, good. Just give it up. I heard you. Just like, what? Huh? Well, we might as well just see what kind of, so I call these the yoga translations, and it's poses that you would do in a normal yoga class, but we let our yoga fly. And so this would be the same as laying on your back on the ground, right? This is the sequence that I like to do. So we're going to lean back again. Keep your head in there. It's nice and supported. We're going to kick the legs up. So we get our feet in there, and then our legs go up the sides. So it's like Viparita, like legs up the wall pose. Okay, so our back is just going to naturally take on the shape of the swing. So we're letting it round, right? And then bring your arms up over your head and bend your elbows so your fingers are dangling out. This is a great pose to do if you have any sort of tightness or cramping or stagnation in the legs. It's particularly good for leg tension. And it just feels really good on the lower back too. Does everybody feel good in this one? Yeah. Let's take 5 breaths. So yeah, so I particularly like watching movies in this position, reading a book. So there's a lot of different ways that you can do some restorative yoga and entertain yourself. So the swing's really handy in the living room. Okay, so just let the breath start to undulate up and down the spine. Just notice that you're allowing your back to gently curve in this position. That's okay. So next inhalation, we're going to pull our right leg up towards the sky, reach your arms straight, and hold on to the bottom of the foot. Okay? So just a gentle hamstring stretch. Now, if this is enough of a stretch, just stay here. If you want to extend your left leg out towards me, we're going to scissor the legs. Okay? So keep holding on to the right with both hands. And take some nice deep breaths into the back of the right. So Mark, I prefer there be no talking in the back if you don't mind. Thank you. So I like rolling my ankles around in these poses. It kind of spirals the energy out of the legs. It also helps me focus on the extended legs. You might feel some intensity in your hips, so you can always bend that top knee. And then we're going to inhale, pull the left leg up to meet the right, hold on to the bottoms of both feet. You can keep the legs straight, pull them over the head, or gently bend the knees if you want to be a little bit more relaxed about stretching the back of the legs. I like the Sunday mellow flow. So here I like to flex and point my feet. And again, it's kind of like pumping the energy out of the legs. You'll feel like a nice stretch through the sciatic nerve. We'll do that gently. And then I'm going to extend the right leg out. Keep holding on to the left with both hands. If this is too much, you can always bring it back to the viparita position. But if you want the fuller stretch, extend your toes towards me. And then gently roll the ankles around. Just see if you can feel that unwinding, that spiraling of the energy. Just real gentle micro movements. Couple deep breaths into the left hamstring. Really good. And then again, one last inhalation brings that right leg up, meeting the left, and this time hold on to the ankles or the shins and pull your knees towards your heart. So bowing in, tuck your chin into your chest. It's almost like a plow pose, but a really relaxed one. So we're allowing the swing to fully support our back, and we're allowing our feet to come up over our head. Then from there, we're going to bend the knees wide so we come into a happy baby. Hold on to the bottom of the feet still, the outer edge. And then, if you can, just kind of extend the spine a couple times, roll the shoulders down the back. Take some nice deep breaths all the way from the tailbone to the crown of the head. Really good. Does that feel good, everybody? And then if you want, you can try straightening one leg and keeping one leg bent. I call it bow and arrow, stretching from one side to the other. 5 more deep breaths there. Change the music up a little. Now, if you want to wrap your arms around your shins, come into a reclined child's pose. Give yourself a big hug. Thank your body for being so good to you and for showing up today, and for the space and for each other. Just take some time to pour appreciation into your heart and into the room. Again, if you ever do want a break, it's totally okay to come back to any sort of leg stretching or just relaxation in the cocoon today. It'd be fun to see how much we can really nurture and absorb the nectar of this practice by slowing it down. We can also get a little crazy and have fun and flips and all that stuff, but let's really see how much we can allow the body to open, align, and release through this relaxation and this encouragement, this welcoming of the yin energy. There's all these fires. You guys probably heard in Harbin, up in Middletown. So when we call in the yin, we're calling in the water element, like we're soothing and smoothing, like how water erodes rocks and mountains over time. We're calling in that yin energy to soothe and smooth out any of the tension. So sometimes in the summer we can feel that strong yang energy kind of go through its transformative process, and through the ashes we will rise. Today let's bring in those soothing, cooling waters of the yin. This has a nice balance to what we're experiencing in the external world, right? Like in the summer I love frozen smoothies, as opposed to the winter where I want more of the warm teas. So again, let's extend the legs up the sides, back to Viparita, our first position. Nice and slow. See how slow you can go. See if you can pay attention to the micro movements in the body. Now from here, I'm just going to push one hip down, and then the other hip down, and I'm going to get a nice gentle swagger from side to side. So legs are straight, feet pointing towards the sky, and then open in a bit of a V shape. The arms are overhead. And then the hips are pressing down one at a time. You guys can hear me okay for everything?
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. Very good. Does that feel great on the hips? It's so simple.
Yeah.
But it's really rotating the pelvis and it's releasing the lower back if we're really gentle about it. If we push too hard, it actually will strain the space in between the vertebrae, but if we do it nice and soft, it actually releases some of the connective tissue. Really easy breezy. That's our style. Okay, so we're going to extend our arms overhead. Extend our legs towards one another. So we're in a plank body. And now push our hips up gently and do the same little fishtail from side to side. There you go. Good. You can keep your eyes closed, keep the mind open. Deepen the breath all the way down into the belly. And just notice if you can contact the rib cage, the sides of the body where the intercostal muscles are like the spacing in between the ribs. There can be a little bit of stickiness in there, so see if you can just gently smooth out and open up through nice deep inhalations. And then exhalations, releasing and letting go of any tension, creating more space through the side body. Beautiful, guys. Next inhalation, hold on to the sides of the swing, bend your knees, pull yourself up to a seated position. Really nice. Very good. So, one fun inversion that we can do here, and I'm actually going to turn around so you can see it, and only if you have a happy neck. Okay? So, if I turn this way, you'll be able to see my shoulder position, which is what I want to actually do in this one. And this is like a little bit more advanced. This is very relaxed and quicker if you like. But if I do let my head hang out, remove any hair or necklaces or earrings, I'm going to let the swing kind of slide up a little bit further towards my hips. So I can wrap my legs around the outside. Don't worry about the leg loops. They're not going to do anything. They might be in the way, but it's okay. So I bring my hands to prayer, right? I get my shoulders in a good position, and then I press my hips up. So this is like a little bat. So your shoulders stand a little bat. You may or may not want to try this today, but if you feel like trying a little inversions, the key is to get the bottom of the swing high enough that your legs can become wide, and then bend the knees and come. Right. And then make sure the neck is happy. Bring your hands in prayer at the heart. Okay? So wide knees so they're bent. You have to bring it all around the outside. I'm going to assist some of these ones. Yeah, got to get it up right underneath the hips. So just lean back. Yeah, you got it. Really good. Yeah, so you want to keep your shoulders in there. You're like, oh, okay, that's perfect. Stay like that. There you go. Just wiggle it up. You're happy. Just like I got my back. Bring your hands to prayer, and then you can push your hips up a little bit. That's good. So this knee would like to be a little bit freed up. There we go. Awesome. It's a little intense on the neck, so we take it easy on that one. How does that feel? Good. Yeah. So the more we press our hips up, the more intense it is. The more that we keep our hips low, it's a little bit easier. Bring your hands to prayer. Obviously, that's not part of the restorative sequence per se. All right, and then you're just going to come back to sit. Yourself come up nice and slow. It's also really nice to have a restorative position where you can just come back to sit, right?